Welcome in, everybody. I'm Noah Castor, and we have a special guest today, Mr. Joe Ramos. And we got Brandon Hudson and Darren Kinslow, and we are the Benchwarmers. We're going to get right into Week 10 picks. So get right into it with the Thursday night game. Chargers-Raiders. Chargers suck. Obviously, the Chargers coming off a big win against the Packers, and then the Raiders playing some really good football. So it's going to be a tough game. I'm going to go Chargers on this one. I think they're the more talented team. I think they beat the more talented team in the Packers. So I'm going to go Chargers on this one. Joe, what do you got?
I'm actually going to switch it up. I think Josh Jacobs hits his holes right and surprises everybody. So I got the Raiders.
So Raiders, all right. Brandon, what do you got?
I got Chargers on this one. Melvin Gordon showed up really, really big and against the Packers, having a few touchdowns in there and having some yards. Haven't seen that very much out of him.
Him in fantasy
Yeah,
too.
keep reminding me, dude. Yeah, I had a rough week.
Yeah, but having him have a game like he did last week, I think that's going to be big for him, and I think they're going to end up winning this game.
Yeah, I'm going with the Chargers too. I think they're talented enough if they can just figure out how to piece everything together and win.
All right, next up we got Trash Can of the Week, Jets versus Giants. This is going to be a bad game.
Terrible.
Daniel Jones gives up the ball a lot, and Sam Darnold's in an episode of Scooby-Doo seeing all of these ghosts. So I'm going to go Giants on this one. I think they have more pieces. Saquon Barkley,
The Black Cat.
The Black Cat. They do have the Black Cat. So I'm going to go Giants on this one. I think they're the more talented football team, and Daniel Jones just needs to hold on to the football. What do you got, Joe?
Like Brandon always says, seeing the ghost, you can't really trust them. So I'm going to have to take the Giants on that one.
I'm going to go Giants on this one. They're going ghost mode on this one. And they're going to definitely pick apart
Jets defense.
Defense. I can't even think of it right now. I guess my mind's going ghost right now. But I'm going Giants on this one, and nothing to it.
I'm going with the Giants too, although it was a disappointing loss last week against the Cowboys. I do think they bounced back technically at home, and they're the away team, but depending on how you look at it,
Probably
they're
more
more
Giants
50-50
fans.
stadium, yeah.
Giants fans, yeah.
So yeah, Giants.
Yeah. Next up, we got the Falcons versus the Saints. The Falcons have had a really rough season despite all the Falcons fans commenting on our videos saying Matt Ryan was the GOAT.
No,
But
not one bit.
no, they've had a rough
Sorry.
season. So the Saints are playing really good football. That defense is for real. I'm going to go Saints on this one. Pretty plain and simple. The Falcons are just awful. So I'm going Saints. What do you got, Joe?
Drew Brees is going to pick apart that Falcons defense. It's just been really sorry, I believe, this year, and Michael Thomas is going to have a huge game.
Yeah.
I'm going Saints on this one with Matt Ryan being banged up this year over the past few games now. Julio Jones, still got respect for him. And especially with Calvin Ridley, they're both coaching each other up really well, making Calvin Ridley a really good wide receiver. So, honestly, if they possibly get an actual quarterback, because I'm not going to lie, they don't have one. I'm sorry, Falcons fans, but they don't. It's his prime's over, in my opinion. But I think Saints are going to win this one.
I've got the Saints too, pretty much for every reason you guys already said. They're just the far better team.
All right, next up we got Chiefs and Titans. I'll let Darren start off with this one.
I hope Patrick Mahomes doesn't play in this one because I don't think they really need him, especially based off of last game against the Vikings. But either way, yeah, I've got the Chiefs winning this one. The Titans got to figure out what they're going to do at quarterback. They have a lot of problems they need to figure out, but I think the Chiefs on defense, they've been showing up these past couple of games. They're starting to sack the quarterback like they were last year, so I think that's going to be big for them. But if Mahomes plays, they definitely win. If he doesn't, I still see him winning.
Yeah, definitely. Brandon, what do you got?
I know I said last week, I think it was the week before, that you guys probably tank and Chiefs probably tank. But looking at it now, to be honest, Matt Moore, he did more than what I thought he could. I guess I didn't give him the time to go through. I didn't give him time to go through the progression, actually have a game or have a week to practice to actually be able to play with the starters and everything like that. But, I got to give a shout-out to him hanging in with the Green Bay Packers and then coming up and beating the Vikings. I did not think they were going to beat the Vikings, but the way he showed up was awesome, and I'm glad to see that they're still doing something. I do agree with Darren, though. I think they should probably maybe sit him one more game, especially with them beating the Vikings. Give him one more week of rest, get him ready for the playoffs. But I think that this could be a huge game. I think the Chiefs are going to win.
Joe, what do you got?
I mean, seeing Skull all over the stadium last week, I mean, they just shut them up. Everybody, after the game, you heard a bunch of drunken Chiefs fans saying Matt Moore MVP. So, I don't really think I would suit Patrick Mahomes up, but I really don't think they need him, especially like Brandon said. He has done very well, so I just think we tear up the Titans' defense no matter which quarterback we have. So, Chiefs.
All right, next up we got Ravens and Bengals. I don't think this is going to be much of a game. Ravens' run game is...
Did you make your pick for the Chiefs?
Ridiculous. Oh, yeah, Chiefs. I'm used to 3, so I heard 3 voices. I'm like, all right, we're done. Yeah, I'm going Chiefs. I think the defense has actually really showed up well for the Chiefs these past couple games.
Chris Jones.
Yeah, Chris Jones is
power
a big
throwing
thing.
And
I think one of the biggest things right now.
also had a big game then too.
I think one of the biggest things right now with what the Chiefs are doing on defense, I think they relied mostly on Patrick Mahomes throughout the whole season. It's like
they didn't have to play.
And I think that's more or less what kind of made me think you might as well tank, because I didn't think the defense was going to show up like this. I didn't think they actually relied on Patrick Mahomes as much as now that I see it through. It's like they rely on Patrick Mahomes, and now that he's not in there, he's like, now we got to step up if we want to make the playoffs still, and I think that's big for him.
But he's also brought a lot of energy from the sideline too, and the team was feeding off of that.
Yeah, definitely. I think the defense really did step up because of Patrick Mahomes being out. So, all right, now that I've made my pick with the Chiefs, we'll move on. Ravens-Bengals, I don't think this is going to be much of a game. The Ravens are going to be able to control the clock because their run game is ridiculous. Lamar Jackson, we saw, it's just a different kind of athlete. So, I mean, you think he's sacked and then he runs for 20 yards. Against a Patriots defense that's really disciplined, that's really hard to do, so it's very impressive. And this Bengals defense is nowhere near the Patriots, so I think the Ravens probably win by 2 touchdowns. I'm going to go 2 touchdowns, so yeah, I'm going to go Ravens on this one. Joe, what do you got?
I think the Ravens do exactly what they did to the Dolphins. But Lamar will have more passing yards than running because I feel like the Bengals still have Dunlap. If they still have him, I think that's the only thing they have on the defensive line. So I think they just absolutely torch the defense. So I got the Ravens on that one.
Yeah, I would agree. I think the Ravens are definitely going to beat them. We'll see him again in the playoffs for sure. But Lamar is really special, and Mark Ingram played well too. Just the run game is really good for them. And if Lamar, I think Lamar will eventually have to start passing though. Teams are probably going to start figuring that out. That's just something to watch for. But yeah, Ravens for sure.
I thought last week was going to be the week that the Ravens were going to have to pass more, to be honest. Yeah. But he only had, I think, 1 passing touchdown. The rest were all running in touchdowns. And I was like, I was honestly shocked last week. I mean, more or less, they have 2 running backs on the team. I mean, right now, they don't even have really a quarterback. They just have a guy that can basically throw like OBJ. I mean, let's be honest. But I'm going Ravens on this one as well. Bengals, I mean, I totally forgot about him last week, to be honest.
AJ Green might be coming back.
Yeah,
that probably is coming back.
Still don't think that's even enough.
There's nobody to throw
season.
Yeah.
Like they talk about tanking a season. That's one to tank.
Yeah. So you got Ravens on that one?
Yeah, I got Ravens.
Yeah. All right, next up we got Bills and Browns. I don't even know what to say about the Browns anymore, dude. Baker Mayfield's shaving 4 times a game. I don't know what's happening.
I didn't believe that.
Big comment on that one.
I didn't believe on that one. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, there's no way. And I actually did it. Look back. I was like, what the heck?
Apparently, he's always won with the handlebar mustache, so he felt he didn't deserve it. So he ended up shaving into the Uncle Rico mustache or something. I don't know what that was. But no, the Bills coming off an impressive win, even though it's against the Redskins. I think the Bills' defense is going to be able to shut down Baker Mayfield and this passing game. So I got Bills on this one. The Browns are bad. They're back to sucking again. So I got Bills on this one.
I'm going to go with the Bills, too. They're a better team. I mean, I think OBJ's probably going to get traded again next year. So,
no doubt.
That sucks. I did want to see the Browns actually do something, especially with the talent that they had on the team to begin the year, but they really haven't done anything. So, yeah, Bills. Only bright spot is Nick Chubb. So
yeah, that's true. Brandon, what do you got?
I mean, I agree with you on all that. Nick Chubb is definitely a star of that team. I mean, as much as I want to give OBJ so much stuff, he's still a really good receiver. I saw a play last week of him catching the ball and doing 360s out there, using the B button, hitting the spin move on people. I can't give anything really to OBJ. I mean, I think mostly right now it's kind of Baker. Baker just he's not living up to the expectation over in the Browns.
He's not finding the receivers that he needs.
Yeah.
Is Baker a bust? I gotta just
Baker's
ask.
bust. Yeah.
No.
Another year.
No.
I think we see.
I think Freddie Kitchens is a bust and he needs to be fired immediately.
Another rebuild looks like.
It's horrible.
How much more can you rebuild on that team with OBJ, Jarvis Landry, Nick Chubb?
Chubb,
I know.
and is
How much
Kareem Hunt
more
back
can you?
this week?
The more.
Oh,
the,
yeah, Kareem Hunt should be coming back.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt is back.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be something to watch for.
I
I
got
don't think they
Bills on
really
this one.
need him, so to say, but
I got Bills on this one, by the way, too.
Joe, what do you got?
I mean, I take the Bills on this one, but like I saw in previous videos that I think it depends on what Browns team shows up. You know,
Yeah.
how they played against the Rams, I think it was. They
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 beat the
scored.
Ravens,
They
too.
yeah, so whatever team shows up, I think they could give them a good run for their money, but I still think what's their quarterback's name, the Bills?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, yeah. I feel like he has a really good game, and Micah Hyde has a really good game on defense. So.
I love Micah Hyde. I wish he was still with the Packers. Next up, we got Cardinals and Buccaneers. It's going to be a good game. I'm actually excited to see this one. The Cardinals have done better than I thought they were going to do, and the Buccaneers are the same team as last year, can put up some really good offensive numbers, but the defense struggles. Jameis Winston really struggles that he just gives the ball away, and that's why his team loses. But I think the Buccaneers offense looks really good. The Cardinals gave the 49ers a run for their money. I'm still debating right now who I want to pick. I'll go Cardinals. I think they have the better defense by a smidge, and I think their offense can keep up with the Buccaneers, so I'm going to go Cardinals on that one.
I'm actually going to go with the Bucks here. Bruce Arians against his former team. Maybe he'll use some of the knowledge that he had
That's
when he was
true,
with Arizona against them. But it is a completely new team with Kyler and
Cliff
Nola.
Kingsbury,
Yeah.
yep.
I was surprised by the Cardinals last week. I thought it was going to be a smoke show.
Smoke show, man.
But, I think the Buccaneers with their high-powered offense, surprisingly, the numbers show that they do have a pretty good offense with
Was
the
it Godwin
weapons.
and Mike Evans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they'll be able to torch the Cardinals defense and have a pretty good day.
I'm going to go with what Noah said. I've been bouncing back and forth between them because I agree. I mean, the Buccaneers are a really good team. They're proven. I mean, I should say they're proven to be a really good team. But I got the Cardinals on this one, especially coming off of a game like last week, playing a big team and literally losing to what could have been a timeout that happened. I think that's big, and I think the Cardinals are going to bounce back and win this game.
Yeah, definitely. Joe, what do you got on this one?
Feeding exactly off of what Darren said. I mean, those calls by the coach to make those stupid, idiotic plays. I mean, my dog knows what to do in that freaking situation. I mean, come on now. But I think the Cardinals win just on what Kyler Murray does, though.
Yeah, definitely. He's had a really good season. I've been surprised with what he's been able to put out, so it's been good. Speaking of quarterbacks, I don't know. I mean, Mr. Trubisky is not even a quarterback at this point. Lions and Bears, oh my.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I
was thinking that.
I said that too. I was like, oh man, Lions, Tigers, and Bears. Oh my.
No, but the Bears don't have a quarterback. They don't seem to have an offense at this point. The Lions are still a good team. I think they're a better team than what their record shows. Despite losing to the Raiders, I think the Lions win this one pretty handedly against the Bears, so I'm going to go Lions.
I'm going with the Lions, too. Same reasons. Mr. Trubisky's horrible. The Bears' defense isn't as good as it was last year.
I told
think
y'all.
Yeah,
I told you.
I still think it's talented, but it's nowhere near what it was like last year. So
No more Vic Fangio.
No.
I think you put Chase Daniel in, and it's a better run.
I mean, he did almost bring him back against the Raiders game. I mean, I can't lie about that. I mean, he almost brought the whole team back.
Yeah.
I got Lions on this one as well. Trubisky, like we always say, is just not even a quarterback. He's maybe a high school level, maybe.
Come on.
Don't even argue with me to that. Don't even argue with me to that. Let's be honest.
Put him on the 8th grade Necco Raiders.
And then you got the kickers. I mean,
Oh God, they still haven't figured that out.
figure out what you got with the kicker first before. Actually, find a quarterback before you find a kicker. I think more or less. But I got Lions on this one.
Yeah. Joe, what do you got?
Galladay and Jones are going off against the Bears. What's his name? Kyle Fuller. I don't think he can guard anybody anymore. Yes. I just got the Lions on that one.
Yeah, that defense has really struggled since the departure of their coach, and it just hasn't been good all around for that team. So, next up we got Dolphins and Colts. Hey, the Dolphins got their first win. Am I right? That's awesome. But I don't know, honestly. The Colts lost their quarterback, so this might be a close game. But I
still don't think so. I think their defense is too weak.
Yeah, the Colts have a really good roster if you don't count the quarterback situation that's going on. So I'm going to go Colts on this one. I think the Dolphins GM called down to the coach and said, hey, why are you winning games? We're tanking. So I think the Colts win this one by a lot. So I'm going Colts on this one.
Yeah, I think Flores is probably going to think, let's not win anymore.
Yeah.
We're trying to get that first pick. So I'm going Colts here. I think Brian Hoyer is probably going to play over Brissett since he's injured, but I still think, like you said, they've got a good team. So.
Yep.
Tanking for Tua and Colts with no quarterback.
Should be a fun game.
I won't be watching this one, that's for sure. But I'll go Colts on this one. Hoyer did end up still playing pretty well. Against the last week, can't remember. Steelers, that's who it was, yeah. Yeah, by a field goal or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, Vinatieri missed
Vinatieri, that's right. Yeah, he missed it by a big
out.
shot.
Laces out, that's right.
I got Colts on this one, though.
Yep. Joe, what do you got?
That's all it is. The Dolphins suck.
Dolphins do suck, yeah. Next up, Panthers-Packers. I'll let Darren start this one.
Packers had a rough game. I didn't watch much of it. I was watching the Seahawks game, but according to Noah's podcast that he made, it was a rough game, huh?
It was bad.
I think they bounce back here, though, with Kyle Allen at quarterback. I think it might be tough for them to win. And Cam Newton's out for the season, which kind of sucks to see.
I
But
think he gets traded next year.
yeah, he might. But I'm still going to pick the Packers here. They bounce back at home. Big one.
Yeah, I was kind of bouncing back and forth between this one, but I did realize, and Noah brought up a good point. For one, it's supposed to be snowing at Lambeau. 2, you don't mess with Aaron Rodgers at Lambeau. And 3, it's a home game. And you're facing the Panthers. Panthers are a good team, don't get me wrong, but coming into Lambeau with snow and home game, it's over.
I think McCaffrey can have a pretty good day.
I'd like to see him. This would be a big step for him, playing in different weather conditions.
Is Devontae Adams back yet?
Devontae Adams is back. They have limited him, though, throughout. They limited him in the last game, so he's back, but he's still a little bit banged up.
I still think the Packers win, but I feel like it could be more of a blowout based on if he's able to play as much as he wants, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know.
Kind of like the situation with how Adam Thielen played the first drive and went down.
Yeah, that's true. It was frustrating, that game. I'm not going to lie. It was pretty bad. It was embarrassing, but I don't think a Packers team, I think they're going to come out pissed off that they got embarrassed by the Chargers, and I don't think the Panthers have a chance, really. I kind of feel bad for Kyle Allen. I think there's going to be a lot of takeaways. So he throws the ball away when he's not at home. So I think there's going to be some takeaways. So I think the Packers win this one handedly. I'm going to say by 2 touchdowns.
Especially handling the ball in the snow if they haven't really been able to play in that much either.
Yep, and the Packers have been practicing in snow all week.
Oh, that is true.
Yep.
Yeah. Guess they do practice at the same place that they play. So.
Next up, we got Rams and Steelers. Steelers with a surprising win, even though Vinatieri did laces out for the holder. But Steelers still won that game. They looked all right. I think the Rams are bouncing back, though. They had a bye week to prepare for the Steelers. I don't think this is going to be much a game. I think the Rams have a lot of talent. Jalen Ramsey coming in. I think that gave new life to that defense. So I'm going to go Rams on this one.
I'm going to go Rams, too. Steelers kind of got lucky on that last one with Vinatieri missing the field goal. So, yeah, Rams, good team. Todd Gurley, please do something for my fantasy.
Probably won't.
I got Rams on this one as well. Steelers, they've been kind of bouncing back a little bit. They've definitely surprised me coming through get this late in the season, but I don't think it's enough to do anything really. I got to go Rams on this one.
Yep.
I don't know if I'd do it now for this game or for that Monday night game, but depending on what James Conner and Juju can do together, they may be able to do it. I think I may just have to stick with the Rams, though, just based on their so-called high-power offense. But, yeah, I'm going to go with the Rams.
Rams, yeah. Next up, probably going to be a really good game. It depends on what version of Kirk Cousins we see, but
He's terrible.
he's awful.
Think about having a Super Bowl caliber team and just having him for a quarterback.
Pretty bad, yeah. We got Vikings and Cowboys. Cowboys look good against the Giants. I thought the Giants may have had a chance there for a second, but Daniel Jones just gives the ball away too much. And then the Vikings, you saw Kirk Cousins come down to earth against Kansas City, so
Skull, baby. You know
Skull.
how well that works out.
bad. I'm going to go Cowboys. I don't think they have the better roster, but I think I'm willing to say they have the better quarterback, so I'm going to go Cowboys on this one.
The game for Kirk Cousins is an away game, and it's at 7:30. He's not winning.
Oh,
this
never
game.
mind. It's over. It's prime time. No, it's over.
I'm going Cowboys for sure.
Yep.
I'll go with Cowboys as well. Like you said, it's prime time. It's not Kirk Cousins. But, I mean, it still could be a game that could be won. I don't know. Dalvin Cook definitely did not. Dalvin Cook didn't play as good as he probably wanted to last week against the Chiefs, especially with the Chiefs not having that good of a run defense at the very beginning of the game or season. But as we could see, they definitely stepped it up and shut Dalvin Cook down. But Dalvin Cook looks to bounce back this week too as well. But I'm going Cowboys.
Okay. Joe, what do you got?
I think Amari Cooper has a big game. I think Zeke has a big game. But I really think Zeke just runs all over that defense, except the secondary, because their safeties are pretty strong.
Yeah, they do have good
I was
safeties.
surprised when Damian Williams had that 91-yard run. And then
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill had to pull him along because he was speeding by him. But I think the Cowboys just have I would say a 10-point win on them.
10-point win. That's fair. All right, probably the game of the week. I'm most excited about this game. It's going to be good. I have to wait till Monday night for it, but at least Brandon gets to watch it, so it's fair.
Best one yet.
Best one yet. Seahawks and 49ers. I'm going 49ers, and I'm not even questioning it a little bit. I'm concerned with the Seahawks. They've kept it close with bad teams all year. They went into overtime against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, what are you doing? Good teams beat bad teams handedly. That's just what they do. So I got 49ers. I need to see the Seahawks have a signature win because I haven't seen it yet.
I'm going to go with the 49ers here, too. I think Russell Wilson's basically just carrying this team at this point.
Yep.
And that's not a good thing because, you can't just have one quarterback carry the whole team. And he can't play defense either, so. But I'm going 49ers here. They did have a close game against the Cardinals, so
Yes, they did.
that might cause an issue, especially with Russell Wilson having a similar style of play with Kyler.
Murray, yep.
But I just still think they have a far better team than the Seahawks. If the Hawks keep it close, I'll give a little bit more respect to them. If they win, I'll definitely give a lot of respect to the Seahawks. So, 49ers.
I guys agree with you on that one. If the Seahawks keep it close, I do think they have a good chance only because of the fact they've been in these situations several times this season already. The 49ers have not. The 49ers have pretty much blown out every team and maybe kept it close in a few games, but last week was definitely a wake-up call for them. But I'm going 49ers on this one, but if Seahawks do keep it close, it will be a game to watch, and it could go their way.
Yep. Joe, what do you got?
I feel like the Seahawks have always been one of those scratch and claw teams this whole season.
Yeah.
So keeping it close, I feel like it will be. I also think if they were at home, they would win this game just based on the noise of the crowd. But going away, doing what is it, Nick Bosa?
Nick Bosa.
Yeah, he's having a huge season.
Yeah.
So I think the 49ers pull this one out.
Yeah, the 49ers defense is pretty legit, even though they did kind of get exposed against Kyler Murray. But, I mean, still that pass rush is kind of crazy. So we'll see. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good week.
I think they win by 3.
I think they win by 3.
That's it.
I think
That's
it will.
it?
I think it will be close.
I think they win by more than a touchdown.
I'm excited that I actually get to
It'll be
watch a
a-
Monday Night Football
A
game.
good
I bet you are, yeah. I think that does it for Week 10. We will be coming out with kind of a playoff prediction video. Going to be more casual, so tune into that. It's going to be coming out after this, so I think that does it. It's been the Benchwarmers, guys.
Deuces.